Welcome to the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Sister Speak. This is the Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. But you better call me Sister Speak. Welcome to my first-time listeners. Welcome back to my faithful listeners. I thank you so much for your support, your listening support, and for your downloads. Thank you for sharing with others. I really appreciate you all. The Suspense Files, covering the who, the what, the when, the where, the why in urban crime, unsolved mysteries, suspense, obsession. We cover that. Many people are intrigued by these type of topics, these type of conversations. It's something about suspense, obsession, mystery, an urban crime that people are drawn to. Now, the energy is definitely low vibrating. It's toxic. It impacts many people in many different ways. Finding out that somebody isn't who they said that they are. Finding out that someone has not been honest, deception, manipulation, all within the gamuts of suspense. Tonight's episode, Dying to Date. Online dating, the profile predator. Online dating, the profile predator, dying to date. Let's get into it. Rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts. You've been looking for love. You've got the spirit of lust in you. You've got to have somebody right now. You don't like to be alone. You don't want your bed to be cold tonight. You're tired of seeing couples and you want a piece of the action. Now, some of you have wonderful intentions, but the others, that's who we're talking about. We're talking about the others who are waiting for you to create a profile because they have a twisted thought, a twisted fantasy, and you're a target. Now, you didn't expect this to happen. You were just looking for love, looking for some attention. You didn't want to be by yourself, and that's how you got caught up. Now, this doesn't happen for everybody, but there are some horror stories out there. There are some tragic endings to just dating online. A simple upload of your photo, descriptions of what you like and what you don't like. And once you have published that profile, the hunt begins. Now, it's a double-sided hunt, but the outcome that you're looking for isn't the outcome that you're going to attract. Because the moment it is uploaded and ready to go for other potential romantic interests to see you, that's when you have entered into the hunt. Now, as mentioned before, this does not apply to everyone, but you have to be aware that there are people who are dying to date. Senses are off, no discernment, no awareness. They just have to be with somebody. They want a relationship. And because on a go outside in a natural energy and meet and greet and go to different areas, they want to take a different route. And they decide to go online because in their mind, and maybe in your mind, you feel like it's safer. But there lies the deception. There lies the mystery. There lies the potential for meeting someone who you will have to fight for your life because they're coming for it. Unsuspecting in the beginning. Oh, he looks so good. Oh, girl, look at him. He is fine. Hey, bruh, check her out. She looks real good. Oh, look at her. She's thick. Oh, yeah. It looked like she got all her edges, too. Girl, look at him. He look like he's a big stepper. I'm going to have to holler at him. I'm going to have to click on this or swipe left or swipe right or up or down or whatever. However it goes. You're on it. They're on it. This is the one. These might even be the three. However much time you have on your hands to date. Oh, these holidays are coming up and you don't want to be by yourself. Let me create an online profile and subject myself to the possibilities of ending up on Fatal Attraction, For My Man, First 48 hours, Dateline, whatever. Any type of vlog, any type of news channel, because your story is going to make the news. Because when you clicked online and when you decided to go out with this individual, you had no idea that you were going to have to fight for your life. You had no idea that the moment that you got into the car, that was going to be the ride to hell. Because you're open, you're vulnerable, you're ready, you feel to love. And online dating seems safe for you. Now you enter into this world of online dating. And for some of you, you actually use your real picture. You actually divulge true information. And for others, you use a mask to lure in your victims. Now, looking at all of the dating sites that are available, there's so many to choose from. Whatever you're looking for, these sites cater to it. Some sites even are set up for you to even have an affair. Not happy at home, feeling unsatisfied, don't have any self-control, have a sex addiction, didn't work out your childhood trauma, are your energies unbalanced? Oh, we've got a perfect site for you to actually spiritually assassinate your own self. Ooh, y'all know y'all listening to the Sister Speak show. You know what it is. You already know what time it is with me. Now, they know how to prey on your weaknesses, the energy, the low vibration. This is real. And when you're vibrating low, you're going to end up in a situation that you might have to fight out of because all you thought was, I'm just looking to date. But all they were thinking was, I'm looking to kill. And if you're from the, it could never happen to me posse, then you're a perfect victim, the unsuspecting. And then he doesn't seem to be so fine now, does he? He love bombs you, right? I mean, now that you all are talking online, it's the love bomb for me, sis. It's the love bombing for me. It's the red flags for me, sis. This is what it really is. This is what you really should be saying. It's the gaslighting for me. It's the narcissism for me. That's what it's gonna really end up being. But for this moment, he looks so good. He is fine. She is fine, and you're going for it, and you don't even realize that on the other side of that is a full-time jack move, is a robbery, is a killing, is a narrow escape, is a dismemberment, possibly wounds, and your entire world is now even more so unbalanced because all you were looking for was love online. You were just dying to date. You didn't want to be by yourself. So many people fall victim every day to online dating and online predators. This isn't something new. This is something that is continuing. And the sad part about it is that when I say this isn't something new, it shouldn't even be something that exists, but it does. And so we're going to talk about it where it is. Online dating, dying to date, can put you in a position that you may not make it out of. And this isn't everybody's story, but it does resonate with a lot of people who have never even talked about their experiences of how they almost didn't make it out and how by the grace of God that they did. But they won't tell anybody. They're just going to keep it to themselves. But there are people who have had some horrible online dating experiences. You might have as well also. And dating in the wrong hands can be dangerous, especially when both parties are unbalanced, their energies are low, and there is childhood trauma involved, okay? Because whether you date online or offline, if your energy is low, and if you have childhood traumas that dictate and navigate your choices and what you are in your definitions and your understanding of what love is, like is, how a man and a woman or a woman and a man are supposed to interact with each other, if you are off in any way with that energy, you will attract the wrong one. You will attract that karma. You will attract that reaping. You will attract these low vibrating entities, these succubus and incubus spirits, because you haven't done the healing and work. We're going to always, no matter what episode, we're going to talk about the witchcraft. We're going to talk about the low vibrating energies. We're going to talk about healing. We're going to talk about childhood trauma, because it all ties into our life and how we get to where we are and how we can unlearn what we have learned and how we can vibrate high. Because if you're dying to date, you literally, that's what could happen to you. Spiritual death or physical death. Either way, if you're dying to date, if you're dying to be with someone, if you have to be in a relationship, if you have not done the work that you need to do, you can click online, create your profile, and you could say yes to death, to the Grim Reaper, to the grave collector, to the grave digger, to the predator, to the sex offender. To the one who knows how to improv. I ran across something that was very profound, and I have to share it with you because this resonates. When you are dating online and you have created your image or you are projecting who you are, whether it be true or false, you're going to attract, okay? And you will attract some people who practice whatever serves their agenda at the time. So although he says that he's into A, B, C, and D, it's only a mask. This isn't his thing. He's not into it, but you're into it, and it's an easy way to bait you in. Girl, I just met somebody, girl. He does this, that, and the third. I couldn't believe it. And he also does this, girl. Oh my gosh. And not only that, he eats vegan and he does all these things. Yes. In the meanwhile, but this isn't who he is. It serves their true intentions. It is what serves their agenda at the time, because their agenda is to assassinate you spiritually, physically. It is to take from you. It is to rob from you. It is to break everything down in you, because this is just what it is. This is what this particular demon does. This demon has presented to you a false image, and you have fallen for it. And now you're fighting for your life. And you were just looking for a boyfriend, when really you should be expecting a husband, boyfriend, a boyfriend. Now, I'm not stepping on your relationships or whatever you have. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. If you play with a boy, you're going to be involved in childish things. It's girl, boy. Girls and boys do girl and boy things. Men and women do men and women things. Males and females do males and female things. It's all about what energy do you possess. And we'll just associate you with that category. It's not hating on any type of fellowship or bond that you have built with anybody. It's just keeping it 100. Some of us are not equipped to date. Some of us are not ready to date. Some of us don't possess the proper spiritual tools to date. And therein lies getting attacked. Therein lies being put in a situation where this man has, or this woman has, and you just fill in the blanks. Dying to date. Online dating. The profile predator. He's looking for you, sis. She's looking for you, bruh. Or what you thought? You thought it was all going to be cotton candy and lollipops. Oh, that's what you thought. Oh, you thought it was going to be heavy whipped cream and a little bit of jazz music, didn't you? Oh, you thought it was going to be a night on the town? Huh? Oh, baby, I'm going to take you for the whole day. Take off. No, I've got the whole day planned for you. You never looked in that back seat, did you? Never even thought to look in the back seat. You didn't pay attention. You thought in that duffel bag was all the surprises that he had for you. But yeah, he's got some surprises for you. Oh, bro, no, bro. She got you. Talking them sweet nothings. Saying that good stuff. Talking that sweet sauce. Making your ears wet. This is rated R for strong language and content. Your ears are having an orgasm because they talking all that sweet stuff. Look at your eyes over there climaxing from all the things that you keep on reading, that he keeps on responding in this messenger app within the dating app. Hook, line, and sinker. Knows how to carry on a good conversation. You converse well. It's that sauce. It's that elixir. It's that magic. It's that sex magic. It's that voodoo. Some of it. And some of it just naturally, just absolutely mentally ill. Demonic. But it's the talk for you. It's the vibe, right? Because you are dying today. You need you a man by November. You need you a sister by you are coming. You know what? You got that Mr. energy. Remember when Mr. from The Color Purple rode up on his horse? Look at that. Come on now. In the end. But when Mr. rode up on his horse after having a lustful obsession for Nettie, came up to the father's house and said, I come to marry you, Nettie. And the father said, you can't have Nettie, not now and not never. But I tell you what, you can have Celie. He was a predator. Ill intentions. But even the father was a predator because Nettie said I couldn't keep him off of him. Predators. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Trying to get this person when you really ended up with that person. Hitting and missing while dating. Yeah. Dying to date. It goes on and on and on. The stories. And I've got some good ones for you. We're not glorifying. We don't do that on this show. That's not this platform. We're educating. We're providing awareness. We don't want you to end up in this situation. I don't want to read about you. I don't want to have to upload a 2-minute clip about you because of a disaster that occurred, because you didn't use wisdom and discernment, because you didn't wait, because you were anxious, because you were trying to rush God, because you thought God was moving at a pace that wasn't okay for you. I don't want you to be a predator. I don't want you to be the type of person that actually goes online and you actually look for people to prey upon. So let me get into you all before I go into this commercial break and then play these clips. And then, we have our commentary and then we move forward. Because there's other shows that have to be uploaded and produced. Are you a predator? Are you a sick individual that goes online and you sit there seeking whom you may devour? Are you the devil? Do you work for him? Are you a goblin, a goon, a warlock, a witch? Is that what you do? That's what you do? You set up people? You lure people online? Make your profile look real good, real saucy, real icy, dripped? You exude this type of energy that says I vibrate high, but you really are a centipede? Is that you? Are you a female that actually has an online dating profile, several, and you lure men in and you rob, and some of them you've actually killed? You the setup chick? Because we talked about you on the last episode. You can hear all about who you are on that episode. And we talk about the setup chick that will never change. The setup chick that does not want to come out of the lifestyle. Are you her? Are you the Black Widow? How many of your husbands have passed away mysteriously? Is that you? You luring people in with sex? Sex on the first date? Promising a good time? Wild and free? Free and wild? Is that you? Got to have it 97? Stay hard 33? These are your profile names I'm giving you. Wide as the Gulf of Mexico? 94? Bopping for beats? 87? I don't know. I'm just saying, who are you? Is that you? Awkward? Unattractive inwardly so it exudes outwardly? How many disguises do you have? We don't really know what you look like. Is that even you? Is that even your profile picture? Are you catfishing? Sword fishing? What are you doing? You think this is, you think you're getting away with it? Every time you do it, you get more and more relaxed. And that's when the tower comes. That's when you start to reap. And that reaping, what I know about you low vibrating people is that you put it out, but you can't handle it when it boomerangs back to you. So are you an online predator? Is somebody dating you right now and they have no idea the hidden agenda that you have for them because you vibrate low, you have sex addictions, and you have entity attachments to you, and you work for the dark one, the devil? They have no idea all those flowers you keep giving them. And you know that those flowers are really going to be the arrangement at their funeral. Come on, somebody. A bouquet for a casket. Is that what you're doing? All that perfume, and you keep taking them to the finest restaurants, huh? Just buttering them up, pardon the pun, for their demise. Because you know in a few days they're going to go missing. You know in a few days that their family is going to be in an uproar. Most of their families, because they haven't talked to their son or daughter. Some of them don't even know that that they even have an online profile, that they're even dating dangerously. That they're dating danger. Dying to date. Online dating. The profile predator. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Are you being scapegoated on your job or in your family? Are you being gaslighted? Are you the victim of narcissistic behaviors and attacks? Are you looking for solutions for all the pollutions that are plaguing your life right now? Is something off and you just can't put your finger on it? Well, guess what? We've got you covered on the Vent Session, a new segment on the Sister Speak Show, rated R for strong language and content. Episode 1, Fret Not, is available on demand now. In this episode, we're covering fireworks, holidays, witchcraft, and defeating your enemies. And we've only just begun. You'll enjoy this specific episode because it keeps you on your toes. And I keep it 100. There's nothing like somebody being able to give you some advice because they have gone through it themselves. On the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Be encouraged and click the link for the episode. Sis, I saw this super fly top online at kklachey.com. It's perfect for your
I'm excited to see it. I need something that will complete my outfit.
One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. When you shop at kklachey.com, you're going to find what you're looking for and more. These sexy tops are on sale for $28. Your outfit is going to be lit. When they ask you where you got it from, make sure you tell them it's kklachey.com. It's time to purchase the latest issue of the Speak Sister Speak mobile magazine. Gracing the cover is the beautiful Sai Assad. Next, head on over to Booked and Busy and book your next nail appointment with Ashley, the CEO of Adhesive Treats. In Exposing Narcissism, we're going to give you some tips on how to protect your marriage from toxic in-laws. In Each One Teach One, we're giving you 5 tips on how to have a successful classroom party. We're traveling with Phyllis Mitchell and Rajan Duncan in the Passport Passion. In the hair appointment, we're going to discuss the Big Chop. On the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry, we're highlighting Boss Chica. And on the bookshelf, we're highlighting S. Rose. The Sister Girls Manifesto, available for purchase now. Speak Sister Speak mobile magazine for all shades of brown people. Yes, it's time to magazine and chill. Brought to you by the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Welcome back. You are listening to the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak Show, covering the who, what, when, where, why, how in urban crime. Tonight's episode, Dying to Date. Online dating, the profile predator. We return to sender all negative energy, all demonic activity. We reverse all spells, witchcraft, hexes, voodoo. Our energy field is protected. We are divinely protected. Now, before you get ready to find you somebody, before you get ready to step ahead of destiny, before you get ready to make something happen that was not destined to happen that way, before you get ready to look for your new boo thing, just be careful. Do you know what you're entering into? Is this something you really should be doing? Because somebody is waiting for you. This is what they do. They're professional at it. Some of them are. Being content with solitude is a virtuous lifestyle. Waiting for what is predestined for you to actually manifest is a guaranteed way to avoid perilous encounters and turbulence. Walking away frustrated and vexed, wondering how could I have allowed this to even happen to me? It's because you're dying to date. You want to be flued out, whatever that is. Where I come from is flown out. I'm just playing. You want to be flued out. You want a Birkin bag so bad. You want all these things, and you think that online dating is the way to get it. So you set people up. And in some of you, because of your imbalance, you hate women. Some of you, because of your imbalance, you hate men. And so you stalk them and you prey upon them through these dating sites. Some of these dating sites are absolutely reckless in their intention. And they often have the disclaimer of, we're not responsible for anything that happens. Look, we provided the platform and it's on you. We're not here to do your background checks. We're not here for that. Not all of them. We're here to make money, and whatever happens, happens. They don't care about you. They don't care about your true love connection. They don't. A lot of people are just dating for sex. That's all it is. You're just looking for sex. You got to have it. I'm always saying you just got to have it. You have no self-control. You don't know how to be by yourself. You know, you're a chronic masturbator, and it's a lot is happening for you. You're draining your own energy by doing that, and you're spilling your seed. I'm speaking to you, brothers, and I know you're like, well, I've got to release. No, you've got to have self-control. Because that I got to spirit is what's going to have you creating an online profile and becoming a predator and forcing yourself upon somebody and trying to dominate somebody because you've got to have it. I'm going to always talk about that. Having to have it is dangerous. You've got to be able to channel that energy into something that is productive, and you've got to rise above that vibration, because if not, you're putting yourself in a position to where you could end up in jail or on a sex offenders list or even murdered, because let's just say, your victim gets the one up on you, which we would like we want all of our victims to survive and fight back. They get the one up on you and now you're dead. Or now their family, a group of the men from their family or even a group of men from the community are coming after you. You're not thinking, because you got to have it. You're not playing out the whole movie. You're just looking at bits and pieces that satisfy you, and you're not even fast forwarding or even contemplating the detriment that you're causing because your energy is off and you're vibing low. Because let's just be real. We know that a lot of people are doing this just to hook up for sex. Some, I say maybe 5% or 3% are looking for an actual something stable, and they come with genuine intentions. But a lot of people have a lot of masks, and a lot of defenses are up. A lot of offenses are up. And so you really don't know what you're getting. It's really like Russian roulette almost. You just don't know. You don't know when the bullet is going to actually come through the chamber. But you keep on pulling the trigger online dating is similar to blind dating, because even in essence, if you seeing this person, are you seeing who you're supposed to see? And I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I know I'm looking for a good time, and I'm just trying to casually date. Tonight on the Suspense Files, Dying to Date, I've got some clips for you off of YouTube for educational purposes only, to provide wisdom, to raise awareness of online dating and how it can go wrong, the terrible situations that occur, and also some tips for you if you're going to choose this route. If you're going to choose this route, some tips for you. But just know, most of the people on there are just looking for sex. So if you're on there looking for your real love, man, your real connection, that's on you. Everything is on you once you make an online profile. Everything is on you. We'll speak after this clip.
The woman was held captive in Oakland by a man she met on a dating app. She was finally able to escape 3 days later with the help of a stranger. KTV's Andre Sr. is in the newsroom now with how this woman managed to get away. Andre.
Well, Heather, this is a crime in the age of modern dating. A woman trapped for days by a man she met on Tinder. And when she escaped, there were reportedly those who were not willing to offer help. This working-class section of Oakland, lined with trees, many well-manicured lawns, and families. But according to one resident, all was not well here earlier this week.
I definitely read it on Nextdoor, and it really was concerning because this is our neighborhood.
Resident Joanne Yoshioka is talking about the incident she first learned about on Nextdoor through a message that started with these words, quote, "Woman escapes being kidnapped and imprisoned yesterday. No one did anything." In a neighborhood where there are parks, playgrounds, and kids, the post goes on to describe how he heard a woman screaming for help down Walnut Street in Maxwell Park.
If it was my daughter or someone that you love, it would be so upsetting to know that no one came to their aid.
The Good Samaritan describes going outside while his wife and sister called police and seeing the woman who begged him for help, describing her escape from a home where she'd been held captive by a man for 3 days.
With all the crime that is going on here, it makes it hard for people to come forth and say something or do something because they're scared.
But the Good Samaritan was not. While talking to the victim in front of his house, the man she said held her captive pulled up in a car. He wrote that he remained between him and the woman as she was shaking, crying, and almost incoherent until the man eventually drove away and police arrived. The Good Samaritan said what disappointed him most about the situation was the woman ran 2 blocks past people who refused to offer any help. Yoshioka told me she is grateful there are people out there willing to step in.
I think that when you have a dangerous situation, it's hard to really assess quickly, like, is it safe or not? We don't know if this woman was, part of another issue, but I think the guy just had good instincts, and he could see she definitely was in distress, and I am so appreciative that people like him are willing to do something about it.
We reached out to Oakland police, and they confirmed officers were sent to the area around 4 p.m. on Monday, and then a male attacker was taken into custody. Heather?
All right, our Andre Sr. reporting live for us tonight. Andre, thank you.
A warning tonight after an online dating connection turned deadly for an Auburndale man. Police found the body of 27-year-old Adam Hillary Friday night. Police believe a woman that he met online used a dating site to lure him in. And then, after going on a date, she took 3 men to his home who robbed and killed him. Melissa Marino joins us now at the victim's home in Auburndale. And Melissa, what a terrible occurrence that's happened here. Can you tell us more?
Yes, Stacey. The victim brought his date back here after an evening together to his apartment. She came back several hours later with company. It sounds like a story from a Hollywood movie, but this nightmare is all too real for the family of 26-year-old Adam Hillary.
I would never want to be in the shoes I am right now, or my family, or any of our close friends, anyone.
According to police, Hillary met this woman, 18-year-old Haley Bustos, on the online dating site Plenty of Fish. They went on a date Thursday and ended up at his place on Sunset Avenue. Police believe it part of a sick plan.
She did obviously get a look inside his apartment of what he had.
A few hours later, Bustos went back to Hillary's apartment, this time with these three men.
I think the plan was that he get robbed and that they take his stuff.
At some point, there was a struggle. Police tell us that's when Andre Warner pulled the trigger. They believe Bustos used the online dating site to lure Hillary in, and this may not be her first time.
Her comfort with the way this went didn't seem like it would have been the first time. And if she hasn't done it, then she's talked to people that have done it.
Now a little girl will grow up without her father. His family and police want his death to be a warning for others.
There's so many places that you can check people out now on the computer. It's probably a good idea to do that first. Also, on a first date, you really shouldn't take somebody to the place that you live.
He had to sacrifice his life for it not to happen anymore.
These white candles are still lit from a vigil held here over the weekend. Very sad and also very scary. As for these suspects, they are facing first-degree murder and other charges, and I looked into it. They do have, all of them, previous criminal records. Stacey?
Melissa, they were able to piece this together, it seems like, pretty quickly. How did they figure it out?
So we're told police actually heard about another robbery in Winter Haven on the scanner, and they kind of just thought on a hunch, so they checked into it. Sure enough, it was the same suspects, and they found evidence in their car linking them to this crime.
All right, Melissa Marino, live in Polk County tonight. Thank you.
Who says she dated a self-proclaimed serial killer. The man accused of using dating sites to prey on and attack women. Now one is coming forward saying she narrowly avoided the same fate. Ariel Reshef is here with that story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. Zanea Barney says she thought she had met her dream guy on a dating app until their relationship took a very dark and violent turn. Now she's speaking out to warn others, saying her story could happen to anyone looking for love online. As authorities look into that man's claims, he's killed several women.
I relive it every day, you know.
It was the romance sparked on a dating app, Zanea Barney says, turned into a horrifying near-death experience. The 26-year-old mom speaking out to ABC News about her tumultuous relationship with 27-year-old Daniel Drayton, the man now suspected of killing a woman and sexually assaulting at least two others, all of whom he allegedly met online.
I felt guilty in the beginning because I kept feeling like, how could I not see the signs?
Barney says the relationship started out promising.
You said he almost seemed like the dream guy.
We talked about everything. He started to become my best friend in so little time.
But months later, a red flag as she intercepted a phone call from another woman.
And I said, no, you should have been honest with me. I should have to find out like this.
She broke it off. She claims Drayton persisted, sleeping outside her home, buying her gifts, begging for her forgiveness. Until last month, when he told her he was heading to California. She agreed to meet him, and he asked her to drive to a nearby park.
He was like, so you really don't see us getting back together? I was like, no. And that's when he just looked at me in the car and then jumped across, had both of his knees on top of my knees while my seatbelt was still on. And my car was, he somehow pushed my gear into park. And I'm sitting here, he got two of his, he took two of his hands, stuck his whole thumb in my throat, and that's why I still have the mark to this day. He kept his thumb there and was like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you.
At some point, did you think, this is it?
When he was choking me, I can't even describe the feeling. That's when I kept feeling like this is it.
3 workmen in the park noticing Barney was in distress.
The guys that came to the scene, they called the police. If those 3 men didn't appear, I wouldn't be here.
Drayton was eventually arrested for attempted strangulation and slashing Barney's tires, but a judge later granted his release. Weeks later, Drayton, a fugitive, wanted by the NYPD for the murder of 29-year-old nurse Samantha Stewart and the rape of a 23-year-old woman. A fugitive task force and Los Angeles police eventually arresting him last week in a North Hollywood hotel, where they say he had raped and attempted to kill a woman he was holding hostage. He pleaded not guilty to those charges. After his arrest, Drayton claimed he had committed as many as 7 murders, though authorities have not been able to verify the crimes ever occurred.
Has this changed your outlook on those online dating apps?
Completely. I deleted every single one, and it's just so scary because you just never know who somebody is at all.
And ABC News has learned Drayton was convicted in the past of 5 felonies in Connecticut, including harassment and strangulation. Now a lot of people are wondering why a judge allowed his release after that assault on Nevaeh Barney. Well, the Nassau County Court tells ABC News there was no way the judge could have known, and the judge didn't know there was an out-of-state criminal history. Authorities say that once he's extradited here to New York, he will face murder charges, guys.
My gosh. And I got to tell you, the advice that you gave yesterday, those suggestions about what to do, because a lot of people are on these apps, I heard from a lot of people that were very thankful about that.
Well, I'm glad it's helping.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Ryan killed someone. He doesn't know who he has killed, but the number at that address.
Dispatchers sending police to the scene of a homicide in Layton early this morning.
And tonight we're learning more disturbing details after a Layton man confessed that he murdered a woman that he met on Tinder.
We still don't know the 25-year-old victim's full name, but Fox 13 Spencer Joseph tells us what investigators know so far.
Just after 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, Layton police got a call from this man, Ethan Hunsucker.
We have a male on the line saying he wants to die and that he killed someone.
When officers got to Hunsucker's home, shortly after, he was taken into custody, and when investigators went further inside the home.
Blood on the floor, looked unconscious, not moving.
Officers did find a female had been stabbed inside the residence, and the efforts to save her life proved unsuccessful.
A probable cause statement gives a glimpse into the graphic homicide. Hunsucker told police the victim's name was Ashlyn. He didn't know her last name and admits to choking and stabbing her to death. Hours before, they had met at a nearby bar after matching on the dating app Tinder. After getting drinks, the two went back to Hunsucker's Layton home. The 24-year-old says the date was a normal date, and there had been no argument with Ashlyn that would have caused him to kill her. Hunsucker revealed to police that he has had homicidal and suicidal thoughts daily and is taking medication for mental illness. Now this case is taking a toll on investigators.
Some very challenging, emotional police work that takes place when something that's that violent and interpersonal.
Meanwhile, police have a warning for those using online dating apps.
Anytime someone's pressuring you to do something that you're not comfortable with or to go somewhere that's unfamiliar, people would definitely be best advised to be cautious and careful with how they proceed.
Hunsucker is now being held at the Davis County Jail, and he will be charged with murder. Police are now asking, because of the risk to public safety, that he be held without bail. In Davis County, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News.
So we are talking about online dating, connecting with strangers over the internet. It is so common these days, and Valentine's Day, of course, right around the corner. It is this Sunday, guys, just putting it out there. It's Sunday. We're talking about how to stay safe while meeting someone new online. Co-founder of Nerds on Call, Ryan Eldridge. Ryan, good to see you again.
Hi, it's good to see you.
So online dating, it is very popular, and even nowadays, people aren't ashamed of it. They are very open about it. Back in the day, you used to do it sort of secretly, right?
Yeah, because it was like, it had the stigma of personals, putting yourself out there on the personals or on a Craigslist and kind of like selling yourself. But yeah, now it's pretty commonplace. I mean, if you think about it, when we were in college and high school, it was easy to meet people, but now we see the same people every day, and Mike's already married, so it's not something that you're going to be like, hey, do you know any friends or whatever?
Right,
you're
it's
going to go through that quick.
Hard these days. So why is it so nerve-wracking? You've developed this sort of online relationship. Now it is time to meet in person. That can be scary.
It really can, because it's easy to lie online. You can post fake photos. You can exaggerate your social status. You can just lie, and it's a great place for predators to get a lot of people all at once. So you just have to be safe. And one of the things that we talk about is before you meet, one of the things you could do is video chat with them, which a lot of people don't think about. It's hard to say, I'm
Skype,
25.
right?
Yeah, and then when you see them in person, you go, wait, you're a really old-looking 25-year-old.
Right. Okay, so you could do that. That's before you meet. Or have a phone conversation, right? At least talk to them on the phone.
At least a phone conversation, because you can tell a little bit, but don't just IM an email, because who knows what you're going to meet. At least a phone call or Skype. But one of the things you can do is use technology to kind of protect yourself and kind of create a barrier where you can be safer. One of the things we recommend is that everyone create multiple email addresses, not just for their personal account and their banking, but also for your online activities. So that way, if you meet a creep or something, you don't have to like lose your entire email address. You can just ditch that email and not worry about it anymore.
Right.
And there's another cool one. This is called Burner
I
app.
love this. Explain what Burner app is.
So we all have our cell phone and we're texting back and forth, maybe to that potential mate, and we're like, hey, what's going on? Well, the problem is if they get a hold of your text, they can start blowing up your phone or calling you at all hours, and it's not cool. So Burner app is an app you can install on your phone for free, and it will give you unlimited real phone numbers with local area codes. You can use it for calls and texts and voicemail.
So it's a fake phone number, but still linked to your device.
Yeah, and it organizes those calls as they come in by number. So that way, if you've got like selling some stuff on Craigslist or eBay, but you're also doing some online dating, you can kind of keep it all organized. And if a creep gets on there, you press a button, and that phone number is burned. They can't get a hold of you again. Yeah.
Love that. What about doing your research, Ryan, before you actually, okay, we're going to meet this day, this time. What about researching this person?
Yeah, so you can.
We're not saying background checks, right?
Well, you can do a background check. There's a free place online. It's called publicrecords.onlinesearches.com, and there you can look at like marriage certificates.
Wow.
You can see where they've lived. You can see any professional licenses they have. All kinds of great stuff. This is another one they're showing on the screen there. It's called People, PIPL.com.
All right.
This is great if you don't know anything but their name. Problem is this is going to pull up all kinds of stuff on them, and some of it may not be accurate. So you want to make sure you put it in context. But if you see a marriage license on there, you can kind of say, hey, have you ever been married before? And if they say no, you can go, tell me about Sharon. You know what I mean?
Okay. So if you do find something fishy or scary, what do you do?
Well,
besides not meet that person?
Well, obviously I would ask them about them, because if information out of context can be really blown out of the water, or if it's not accurate, the people.com is just pulling up records from all over that's freely available to everybody. I recommend you kind of put yourself in there and see how accurate it is before you start blaming somebody else.
That's a good idea. Check yourself first. What about meeting places?
Here's a big one.
Don't invite them over to the place.
No, don't give your work or home or school address, no matter how awesome they seem, because you can't take it back once you do. And when you're setting up a place to meet, get 2 or 3 in mind. That way, if the first one doesn't work out, you don't have to go to wherever they want to go. You can just go, oh, well, I've got another one lined up. Go to this place or go to this place.
Oh, you're saying date.
Yeah. So
wow.
let's say you're going on a date and you want to meet them. You don't want to just go, oh, well, let's just meet at that Starbucks and then have no backup plan in case that Starbucks is closed or too crowded or too noisy.
You're saying have multiple places, not multiple dates.
Yeah, no. Okay. Well, why not have multiple dates?
Okay, so multiple places. What about letting someone know where you are? I'm really big on that one. Hey, I plan to be here at this time.
Yeah, for selling something on Craigslist or something, you can usually bring somebody with you. But if you're dating, it's hard to bring somebody along with you. So this is an app called GetBeSafe.com or BeSafe.
BeSafe.com.
The cool part about this is it's got a follow me function. When you click on it, it sets a timer for you to check back in. So you can say, well, I'm going to be on this date for about an hour. And it'll set a timer. And if you don't check back in within that hour, it'll go off and alert all of your friends and let them know, hey, something's wrong. Kiba's not available right now. And they can start looking for you, calling your phone or whatever. There's also another option called Follow Me, where your friends can follow you on a map, your GPS coordinates on a map, and kind of see where you are in case you disappear. And the best part of this entire app is called Fake Call.
I love that.
You can excuse yourself to the restroom and type in, oh, I want this caller ID to show my mom, and call me in 30 minutes.
Oh, I gotta go.
And then your phone will call and you go, oh, it's my mom. It's an emergency. I gotta go. So we can get out of that date if it's something weird.
Okay, so bottom line, just be safe. Tell people where you're going.
Yes.
And do a little homework before you agree to meet said person.
It's really easy. We know when we're dating somebody, we get in that infatuation stage. It's really easy to fall into trust.
Yes.
But keep in mind that you can't take information back once you've given it out. And so just be safe for a little while. And then when you're ready, then you can start giving out. Maybe second date or third date or something like that.
Okay, good advice. Ryan Eldridge, co-founder of Nerds on Call. Ryan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mike, over to you.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak show. I'm your host, Sister Speak. Dying to date. Online dating. The profile predator. Put some proper perspective on some things. I hope you think twice. I hope you think 5 times. Held hostage for 3 days. All from meeting someone online, had no idea. Premeditated. You're going from one intention, they're going for another. And now you have been held hostage and you're fighting for your life. And you, by the grace of God and the angels, are able to break free. And you're running down the street for 2 blocks past people and nobody is helping you. And finally, a good Samaritan pulls up and assists you. But you're so incoherent. You're out of your mind. You're in shock. This has been a traumatic 3 days for you. And the lesson should be not to date online anymore. It's not, oh, well, it's just that site. It was just one incident. Do you understand the magnitude of the incident? Do you realize that being held hostage is terrifying, and there are some people who are held hostage that never escape? Do you understand that some people who are held hostage for years and develop Stockholm syndrome to where they don't even want to leave their kidnapper, their oppressor? This is not, we don't need to have the mentality that some people do, whereas if you go into the ocean and you are attacked by a shark and the shark takes off your leg, that you say that you're going to still go back into the ocean. If you get mauled by, well, not mauled to where you are killed, but you are mauled within inches of your life by a bear, and you say you're still going to go into the woods still. You're still going to go hiking by yourself with no bear spray, no gun, nothing. Just you and your loud voice telling the bear to go away because you think that's Yogi. You think that's Winnie the Pooh. You know what rhymes with poo? Foo. Thinking that you should still go back into that environment because just because. No. There's a lesson to be learned. Stay out, stay away, don't go back in. You survived, you escaped within an inch of your life, and you're living to tell your story. And now you can go on and you can teach other women or men, however it resonates, about the dangers of online dating because you survived. You survived for a reason, because there are other humans who have the same energy that you did and are going to be extremely susceptible to these perilous events, these encounters, and they may not make it out. And you are the vessel, the teacher, the motivational speaker for how online dating can be dangerous. How, when looking for love or looking for a good time, can become a very harrowing experience. That there is another way that love can flow freely and find you when your energy is balanced, when you've done the clearing work, when you've healed, when you have addressed the childhood traumas that have made you have toxic energy and behaviors. When you've done that, when the Lord is the head of your life, the center, when He is the source, when you understand that there is no greater love than His love, when you understand that you must first self-love, you must do the proper spiritual steps that are needed, and then have gone through the proper spiritual prerequisites in order for you to not have an unrequited love, a forced love, a love that ends in death, but that you have a love that vibrates high because that's the energy that you embody, and that you may not need to date online at all. that that's not the route you need to go, that being desperate can lead you into the wrong relationship online, that because all you care about is if he looks good or she looks good or if their body type is a certain way, that those type of understanding, wanting something to be appealing, but understand that you also have to peel back those layers and find out if this is a principality that has come to assassinate you in the spirit, to break you down in the spirit, to have you crawling, not knowing which way is up or down, forsaking your righteous lifestyle, doing things that you never thought you would do because you are desperate and dying to date, to take a picture so you could post it on social media, so people can see that you can get somebody. You survive so you could teach, so you could proclaim. To the good Samaritans, to the earthly angels, to the light workers, to the cautious impact that will be on your regular journey. But to those of you who have been assigned to help, may you be covered. For those of you who will make that call to 911, may you be covered. For those of you who will intervene, may you be covered. Because that spirit of fear, that black magic of fear, that spell of fear that permeates the atmosphere, that has everybody saying, I'm not going to get involved. I fear for my life. I don't want any type of retribution or any type of retaliation as a result of me doing the righteous thing. The spirit of fear is going to wrestle me to the ground and keep me paralyzed from being able to act and to tell the devil no. Demons don't have more power than those who are the children of God. You don't have more power. You're on a payroll, and our foots can be on your neck at any time. But that spell of fear, the Lord didn't give that to us. But that fear will have someone having to run down the block, two blocks, looking for help. Because people don't want to be involved. The atmosphere is saturated with wickedness, and that's why you can't get any help. That's why heroes come a dime a dozen. But we do praise God for the angels. We do praise God for the earthly angels. We do praise God for the ones who have no fear. The ones who know how to return to sender. Yes, dying to date. Inviting her to your house, brother. Letting her into your apartment. Meeting up with her at a hotel. Going to a park. Sitting in the back of the car. Whatever the environment is. You have no idea that this pretty face and this thick body and this beautiful smile is a femme fatale. You don't care though, right? She's fine. She's exotic. She's chocolate. She's caramel. Whatever your preference is. She's coming over. And she doesn't give a darn about you. But she's coming over because you want her to come over. You want her to just hang out and chill. Because you're dating. You met online. Harmless. What could go wrong? Everything. What could go right? Nothing. But this is your math. And your math says, you added it up and you said, okay, this equals, I'm going to let her come over even though I've only known her for 2 weeks. Because she's fine. She's thick. That's all. You feel like y'all got a lot in common because y'all grew up on the same side. What harm could it be? Oh, no, she's not from your area. You wanted to get a chick that was from up north, a female that was from up north. You were looking for somebody, out of town. You tired of the females in your neighborhood, so, this one is a winner because she looks like an Instagram model. And she comes over because you're dying to date. And then you end up dying after that date. Because she's got goons. Because this is what they do. They prey online. They prey through the dating apps. And she comes over, surveys the scene, and then next thing you know, she's looking at everything that you have, and you're being kind of flashy because, you want her to like you, and you feel like this is the type of energy that you got to put out when dating to make a female like you. So you're trying to give that big stepper energy, that BDB energy, and you really trying to lay it on thick, and so you kind of showcasing and spotlighting all your treasures, and she's licking her chops, and she's texting her mama, in quotations, which is really the goons, and the play is in motion because you're dying to date, and you met her online. Because she's fine. And it's not funny. It's just the superficialness of how somebody could end up in a casket. The superficiality of the situation is just really it's sad. Because so many people keep trusting big butts and smiles. It's not okay. But you're dying to date. You're looking for that connection. And so she comes over, surveys the scene, yada, yada, yada. You probably might even have had sex with her because that's, part of the play. And next thing you know, some goons come, kick in your door, and they kill you. Some of you need to delete your online profile right now. Some of you need to say, I think I'm just going to leave this online dating alone because the risk is not worth my life, my soul, endangering my entire livelihood. Some of you need to go ahead and delete it right now because danger is coming. How could you don't send that my way? Did you not hear the clips before? And if those aren't enough for you, Lily Pad, you can go and listen to other clips. Lily Pad. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. We're here to tell you, look, if you're going to do this, you need to be aware of the dangers. And we are going to encourage you to probably step away from online dating. We're more than likely going to do that. And then if you don't choose to do that, we're going to leave some tips for you so you can do it safely. And if you don't receive that, Lily Pad, then I don't know what to tell you, but you are auditioning to be on the next any type of homicidal documentary or any type of first anything. 48, 52, 32, 28, whatever. You're auditioning for it. You got to put that hot pocket up. You've got to put your hot pocket up. Stop thinking with your hot pocket. Stop thinking with your vagina. Stop thinking with your vagina. Remove your vagina for a minute and just think logically, not on emotions. It's not about coming. It's not about an orgasm right now. This is about you don't know how to date right. It's about you stopping. I don't want you to keep saying this every time you're going to date. I can't find my ATM card. Well, he can. It's in his pocket, but he's going to help you look for it because, he's concerned. I had $20 on the dresser. I don't know what happened to it. He does, but he's going to help you look for it, though. I had a whole thing of Kool-Aid. You drank it when you fell asleep after unprotected sex. And he ate all your chips. And he made a sandwich with all of the Hillshire Farms mesquite turkey. Yes, sir. Yeah, he had a whole party while you were asleep. He's taking over your house because you were dying to date. You met him online, and he's with the defecation. He's with the shit. Strong language and content and thought, rated R. That's what it is, sis. You don't want to hear it because the man that you met online has ulterior motives. You're not doing your spiritual baths, your spiritual cleansings. You're not doing anything so you can get what's on you off of you so you can see clearly, sis. That's why you're dying to date. That's why you don't want to let this profile go. Some of you are even going... Some of you are ending up on some dating sites and going on some dates with some people, not from your tribe, from your village, because you thought that you would be treated better. And you've gotten dogged all the way out because you're dying to date. And you think that dating outside of your tribe would be a better move for you. And so you did it, and you found that these behaviors exist everywhere. And so now what, sis? Huh? You've been watching too many movies. You've been watching too many movies, and you need to pull back. And I don't know how this thought began to resonate in your mind that if you date outside of your tribe, that you'll be treated better. No, if you date outside of low vibrating energy and you date with high vibrating energy, that's what we're talking about. Okay? That's how you date. But you're going to get dragged, you're going to get disrespected, you're going to experience all these things because the energies are the energies, sis. He doesn't want me to meet his family. Sis, his family owns slaves. This is a generation of slave owners, sis. He can't bring you home. Come on. You're dying to date. You're dating based on stereotypes. You're dating with low energy. You have childhood trauma. And excuse me. And he only holds your hand in the car. Because he only wants to fantasize and project things onto you and use you, your body. And then, in a moment of being used, he ends up choking you to death. Dying to date? You fell in love with the profile predator. That's what that was. Yeah, all that lily pad and all that cotton candy and all that other stuff that was promised to you and that you received via message or phone conversation or even for the first month. Now you're fighting for your life and you're getting choked out because this is a profile predator. And because you're vulnerable, it's easy to get to you. Going to somebody's house that you don't know is dangerous. Agreed? Showing up to somebody's place is dangerous. You don't know where the hidden cameras are. Of course, because they're hidden, but there's cameras there. You don't know how this could... You're in danger because you're dying to date. You're going over to people's houses on a first date, and on the first time that you go to the house, you're being choked and you're being stabbed. Everything appeared cool. Look, we went to the bar, we had drinks, it was a great conversation, he seemed like a great guy. What could be the harm? Oh my gosh, what could be the harm? What could be the harm? The harm is He just told the police, but you'll never know, that he's always had these homicidal thoughts. That he's been battling these energies, these entities and principalities, and mixed with liquor and elixir. Them spirits activated those spirits. And look what happened. What did it equal? Y'all, dying to date. She met the profile predator, and he exacted and expressed the very thoughts that were ravaging his mind onto her. She had no idea. If we were honest, if we ever had an idea about many things, then we wouldn't have as many stories to tell, correct? Because hopefully we would avoid the dangers. But the foresight, the discernment, the ability to stop, pause, think, and to say, is this what I need to do? Is this where I'm supposed to be at? Is this the right move for me? Is all out the window, where it never was even in the house in the first place. It doesn't exist. And you use and you have alcohol, and all that does is take you to a lower vibration. And here you are going back to his house, and he kills you. He chokes and he stabs you. You're dying to date, looking for an intimate connection. Two motives, two objectives. From an online profile. What was it that lured you? What is it that someone can say to you that'll make you melt? You need to investigate yourself and find out what your triggers are that make you vulnerable, put down that defense, and that can lure you into a cesspool of effery, fighting for your life. I don't want to be by myself. It's lonely. The silence is loud. I'm so tired of not having somebody. I don't want to be by myself. Everybody's getting married but me. Come on, out the window with that BS. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not sitting here and being pathetic and pitiful. You need to learn your own company. You need to learn who you are. You need to get it together. There are some things you need to do before you even think about being in a relationship. They need to teach that in school. That needs to be a part of the curriculum. Socializing. When it's how to socialize. Literally. How to interact. How to first heal and then reveal. Then pursue. How to withdraw when you need to in a righteous way. Some of you don't want to be by yourself. You are afraid of being lonely. You're never alone. You're afraid of being lonely. You want to have somebody in the bed. You keep watching these shows and you are triggered and you are on the hunt. And while on the hunt, somebody's hunting you. You don't want to be by yourself. You're afraid to go out and eat by yourself. You're afraid to go anywhere by yourself. Always got to have somebody with you. Drama. This is my man. That's what you want to say. This is my man. We've been together for one day. This is my man. That's what y'all want to do. Nails and all. This is my man. Boo, let's go live. Let's go live. You got you a dude. You so excited to show him on social media. Boy, you setting up the stage for it. You trying to catch him on camera. He ducking and dodging. I mean, but hey, that's your man. That's your man. Dying to date. 2 weeks later, giving out PSAs with a black eye. One tooth gone, hair pulled out, face scratched up. I just want to say, one of those. because I'm not making fun of the violence. I'm not. That is not okay, and it is. It is heavy to have to enter into that energy and have to fight those type of principalities, and then to end up wounded because of the toxic energy. But now you're having to give a PSA. Now you done made it to the shade room and all these other type of vlogs because you're bruised and battered, and hey, people want to know. It draws attention. So maybe after the PSA, you'll change everything about your life. And you won't date online. You will not be the next victim of an online predator, the profile predator. Because the physical assault, the bodily harm, was your chalkboard, your PowerPoint, your dry erase board. It was your university, your classroom. It was the sanctuary. Because at that point, you have to say, I need to change. I need to stop looking for love in all the wrong places. My spirituality is not intact. I need to seek the Lord. I need the love that I need at this time is not a phileo love. It's not an eros love. It's an agape love. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And every place that I went, I got my butt kicked. And I have compromised a lot. And I don't want to compromise anymore. And I'm going to get some therapy because my choices are leading me to a casket in the spirit realm or physically, reality. And if I continue to date online and not use caution, ignore red flags and flags that have a skeleton on it, I'm going to end up on an obituary. Because the profile predator the energy is murderous. It is raging. It is uncontrollable. Because the thoughts are homicidal, violent. A lot of them watch violent pornography. Pornography that teaches them how to be sexual predators and violent in their sexual behavior. I'm going to say something that is going to make some mad, but the ones who are mad, you don't want to change. But to the ones who want to change, I'm going to say this. When you're dating and you choose to engage in sex and you just want to have somebody that is by your side, that you start to compromise your sexual boundaries, your morals. No woman and no man should ever engage in choking during sex. That is not intimacy. That is not pure. That is satanic. That is demonic. Now you can go ahead and click off choker. You can go on and click off if you're a suffocator. You can go on and click off if you're into that BDSM, if you're into all of that dark stuff. But for the ones who've done it and want to change, the ones who've been choked and want to change, this is for you. You got to stop engaging in that behavior. It's going to be that one time that it goes left. What are you saying? Do you understand that is a force of violence, and it is powdered by saying, oh, this is just a sexual fantasy? You need to cast that down. That imagination is vain, and it's disgusting, and it's vile. You need to cast that down. No hand should be on your neck. And you should not be putting your hands around anybody's neck. Well, they say that it heightens the climax. Once again, lily pad, you are listening to society, and you're listening to principalities that want to see you get choked out, that don't care if you die, if you get choked out. So just remember that. Over here, this is the Speak Show. On whatever segment, we actually care about you. We are for life. We are for high vibrations. We are for coming out of. We are for change. So when you engage in that behavior, you're defiling yourself, and you're leaving yourself susceptible for more fantasies to be exacted and expressed on you. Now you're letting somebody urinate on you, defecate on you, ejaculate all over your body, and defile you because you're dying to date. You don't want to make him mad, so you're going to let him choke you out. That's what I'm hearing. I don't want to make him angry. I don't want him to stop talking to me. Because, the Lord only made one man. That's what you think. Seriously, though. Dying to date, willing to compromise, selling yourself short just to have somebody, going online, several profiles, hoping you get a hit, dating dangerously, living your worst life, putting out that energy. I can't find a good man. Because you're not doing good things. Your energy. That's why. You haven't done the work. You're going to attract as you transition, as you transform. I'm learning that. And then sometimes, yes, people do put magic on you. And people do these conflict spells and separation spells and isolation spells and want to send karmic men your way and all these type of spells that these old dumb evil people do, to try to make your whole love life be off. Yes, I do take that into consideration, and for some of you, that's what's happened. That's why your relationships go the way that they go, and that's why you're online right now, and you're still attracting the same energy. And until it's cleansed, until it's cleared, until you're doing the work and the return to senders and the things you need to do, it's going to always be like that. That's why you can't find a good man, because you still got some things in you that are not good. And some of them are so suppressed that you're unaware of it. Oh, I know I'm a good woman. How? Prove it. Oh, no, she didn't. Yes. How? And I mean this. Have you done the clearing? Have you done the cleansing? Are you in therapy? Are you addressing that childhood trauma, getting over it? Are you getting rid of those toxic behaviors? Are you standing in your power? Are you serving the village? Are you impacting the village with your passions? Okay. You have fruits of the Spirit? Are you spiritual? Do you have an online profile because you like to set men up? Because you just got to get the bag by any means necessary? Are you the setup chick? Do you have a sex addiction? You can't stop meeting up with men and having sex with men in various places, and so you're using these online apps to put yourself out there and to prostitute yourself. You don't want to change, sis. You dying to date. Are you the profile predator? Do you have bodies, sis? Have you killed somebody? Have you poisoned somebody? Have you robbed somebody? Have you set somebody up? How do you get them, sis? With the smile? Is it all the photos of your body? Twerk videos? Or are you the type that practice whatever serves your agenda at that time? Oh, he's a Muslim, so now you are. Oh, he's into taking hikes. Now suddenly you've got some Skechers and you're ready to go. First time you ever walked up a hill, out of breath, but this is what you do. Huh? Oh, he likes blondes, so you went and got you a 24-inch blonde wig. And now you done put on that blonde wig because blondes have more fun? And so that's what you're doing, sis? Oh, with the blue contacts. Oh, now you're looking like Smurfette. Huh? Oh, he wants somebody who looks exotic, so you went and got the wet and wavy wig, right? Whatever serves the agenda at the time, that's who you are. Went and got your body done so you could lure them in because you are a profile predator, and that's how you get them. Real covert operator, a femme fatale. That's why you don't want to change. You don't like this type of episode. You want to listen to the shows that promote low vibrating energy. But to the people who want to change, who now realize that that's not the way of life, you're going to have to start by deleting that profile, those profiles. For those of you men who lure women in and date to be a danger, to be a predator, you need to delete that, but you want to change? You need to go ahead and delete those profiles. Yeah, you're going to have to uninstall. You're going to have to get that off of your phone. You're going to have to unlearn. It's going to take some time, but with therapy and so many resources available, you can unvibrate in that low dimension and get higher because you want to change. You're going to have to repent. You're going to have to come out of that, and you're going to have to do some confessions. You're going to have to confess. Now, I don't know what your work looks like. That's just the template that I gave you. Your curriculum is your curriculum. You are going to have to do what you need to do to get up out of that. I'm not going to tell you how to clear it. I'm not going to tell you how to cleanse it. You're going to have to do the seeking yourself. But I did give you the template. Logging in and entering in that password can kill you, can have you arrested, could have you in a manhunt, could have your entire building surrounded, could get you raided, could be a standoff. You're not ready to date until you've done the work. You shouldn't even be wanting to entangle with any energies. You should want to heal so you can do it right. There's a right way to get to know somebody. There's a right way to let things naturally manifest. You don't have to do any type of magic and spell work, voodoo. You don't have to do any of that to achieve it. It all ends in towers and demise. Oh, it's a bad, that fall is hard. All it just break into so many pieces when you choose to play with somebody's destiny and make them love you, and they don't love you. They don't want you. They're not interested in you. They don't want to tie their lineage with you. And you're going to do everything you can because you have to have this person. You can't stop thinking about them. You can't stop obsessing over them. You follow them. You stalk them. You know more information about them than they even do about themselves. You show up mysteriously. Oh, funny meeting you here. You're creepy. You're cantankerous. You're abrasive. You're not even conducive to being able to love right now. You don't even know what that word means. But this is you. Dying to date. The profile predator. Do you like your watch? You like what you got? Do you like what you have? Do you like your possessions? Do you like your sanity? Do you like easy breezy days? Do you like, just being able to go to your car and it start and all tires be intact and all the windows still be there? You like being able to go to your job, clock in, and it be a cool day, and leave and clock out and it be a cool day, and just go to your car and car still be intact. You like being able to just go to the grocery store and not even have to look over your shoulder because you don't feel like anybody's following you. You like being able to just, go to your house and let up the garage and, even take your time getting out the car because nobody could possibly be stalking you. You like that, right? You like that peace and that harmony. You know how that even manifests? Because you've done the work. You've done the work. You're okay if you are not in a relationship. You're okay if these whole life days come around and you don't have any. You're all right because you've done the work and you know that there is so much power in solitude, in stealing away and meditating. You've done the work. That's why. The healing will help you get higher. Because right now, if you're dying to date, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before that swipe or that click or that confirmation ends your life. You've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And somebody can smell your energy. Everybody isn't who they appear to be. But you know that, right? I mean, you do know that, right? You know that no matter where you go, there you are until you do the work. You know that even if you decide to date outside of your tribe, that these behaviors, they exist everywhere. You do understand that your daddy issues and mommy issues play a role in why you're dying to date, right? Why you didn't know that this man was a convicted felon for attempted murder just got out a month ago and was never rehabilitated, and he's now going to really commit a homicide. You didn't know that he had been convicted for kidnapping. You didn't know that he was a sex trafficker. You was just dying to date.
I'm so tired of being in situations where I can't meet nobody. I'm just gonna go online, get me a profile, and that's it. I'm gonna meet me a man. I'm gonna find me a man. And I'm gonna have me somebody. Watch this Valentine's Day. Oh, it's on. Watch. They gonna love me. Watch. Ain't I got this new wig? It's on. Watch. They gonna love me. Sure, I'm gonna have me somebody. I sure is. I am wifey.
Next thing you know.
Stop. What you doing? Stop.
Death. Don't let these reality shows get you caught up. Delete that profile. Get those apps off your phone, sis, if you want to change. Help is on the way. Brother, you don't have to meet a sister that way. You heard the stories. Yeah, about 3%, 5%, they work out. But we don't have time for you to try to be playing with that type of math. Learn who you are. Love yourself. Gain the confidence that you need to vibrate high. Set boundaries for yourself. What are your do's and your don'ts? What will you tolerate and what will you not? Do you know how to leave at the first sign of danger? How desperate are you? What does dating look like to you from what you have learned from your family dynamic? How has that affected your decision making? What do your friends teach you about dating? What does music teach you about dating? What do all of these principalities teach you about energy and interacting and socializing and how to treat one another? What are your influences? What are your triggers? What is it that somebody can say or do that you know if they do this, they got you? Maybe that ought to be the thing that you safeguard and you put a hedge of protection around and not let that be the one thing that gets you, because I'm telling you, they can smell it, they can discern it, and they'll play on it. I don't care what it is that you like or what it is, sexual fantasies and all of that. Yes, some of them will actually take that L just so you can be like, oh, she let me hit her in the head with a log. I'm just saying, just for example, right? Or whatever it is. And now, it's on and she's got your vibrations even lower and she's coming in for the kill. And all she has to do is just give you a sexual fantasy. Some of you all are so easily persuaded and led away because of these sexual desires and fantasies. That's why you have to do the clearing and the cleansing, so you don't ever be susceptible to being hunted by a profile predator. It's real. I want you to enjoy intimacy. I want you to definitely meet your soulmate. I want harmony, tranquility, and peace for you, but not at the cost of you dying. Not at the cost of you swiping left and ending up with somebody who's going to hold you hostage for 3 days. Where they do that at? Obviously, many places because of the news segments, but come on. Are you dying to date? Do you have an online profile? Are you an online predator? Are you a profile predator? Are you seeking whom you may devour? Are you looking for a good time? Are you looking for casual sex? Are you looking for a bag? Are you looking to run up the money? Are you looking for a big stepper, a BDB, which is a big BICK baller? Are you looking for clout? Are you looking to get something that you didn't earn? Are you looking to take? Are you looking to steal, kill, destroy? What are your intentions when you online date? Are you looking to get married? Are you looking to have children? Are you trying to live out a sexual fantasy? Are you trying to piss your family off? You know, what are you doing? That's the question. What are you doing? Are you even using your own picture? Is that you? Are they going to be able to get what they see online, in person? How many filters have you used? Have you even been able to have a FaceTime conversation? Are you going to open up your house on the first date and be like, yeah, come over, let's hang out? Oh my gosh. Is that what you're going to do? Is that the vibe that we on? You flashing your money? Huh? You putting off that big step of vibe when you really not? Am I going to call your bluff because you're dying to date? And like I said in the beginning, are you a part of the "it couldn't happen to me" posse? It can't happen to me posse? The wish a nigga would posse? Is that what you're from? Huh? Got it in the bag? Okay. Are you dating online and you're married? Are you married with an online profile? Are you seeking to have an affair while married, dating online, dying to date, online predator? You think that you're just going to go and have a good time? Some of these women get hooked. Some of these men get hooked and they want to have you and destroy everything you have. There are so many people who have stories about having their entire worlds destroyed by stepping out on and dating online and getting caught up and caught in and never be able to be released from the jaws of the sharks, the crocodiles. The piranhas came because they were dying to date. Do you have an online profile and you're married? Are you a woman? Are you a wife? And you have an online profile? Huh? You out here cheating, sis?
I'm not getting what I need at home. That's all I want to talk about.
No, sis, that's not all you want to talk about, sis. You're vibrating low and you got some childhood traumas.
He doesn't satisfy me in the way that I need to be satisfied.
Sis, the satisfaction that you need comes from a higher source. It comes from the source. And until you get that type of agape love that you need to help purge and cleanse you, sis, you are going to end up on Dateline.
I never thought about it like that.
Well, I'm glad that you're listening to the show. Sis, you could be coming out of the hotel with your lover, the man that you met online, and your husband found out because he hired a private eye. And now you've been tracked and your location has been released. And your husband's sitting outside of the hotel.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know what it feels like to have a Buick fender alley-oop you into the air. I don't know if you know what it's like to be hit by a car, run over several times as if you were a speed bump, but that is what can happen.
Oh, I'm not really looking for all that trouble. I was just like I said, I was just dying to date. I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. And now not only have you been hit, but your lover is dead, and now it's on the news.
Oh, my mom and my dad watch the news every night. Every night at 10. Every night at 6. And they always there for the breaking news.
Right. Dying to date. Mm-hmm. Are you married with an online profile? Oh, I didn't even know he was married. I didn't have no idea. I'm not into this. Now, this is some of the reaction you get from the sisters who are not with it, who are not trying to be a homewrecker. Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea that he was married. Nope. You dead wrong for this, Clarence. You had no business even playing like this. How could you do this to me, Clarence? I oughta whoop your, don't you ever, sis, I'm so sorry, sis, I ain't even like that. I had no idea. And they really be telling the truth. But the I don't give a F, sisters? So, are you married with an online profile? Are you dating behind your wife's back? And some of you take these women out on dates and you treat them better than you treat your own wife. Well, you don't know who I married. You don't understand who I married. A reflection of you, more than likely. Okay, let's get into it. Sometimes. Let's get into it. There's no reason. All the thing I'm saying is you got to get to the root of it so you don't vibrate like that because you're disloyal. Because how dare you treat someone that you met online better and take her out on dates and show her the world, and then you don't give that to your wife. I'm talking to you. Most definitely I'm talking to you. You are out of pocket. You're dying to date and have a masquerade and be a better man to somebody else than the woman who you took vows with to say for better or for worse, in sickness and health, for rich or for poor, till death do us part. That means that when those situations come about where there are challenges, that you're going to still be there and you're going to do it because you said it. You took an oath. You took a vow. But now you're online dating and you're dating behind your wife's back. You have several profiles. You're loose in the streets. You're wide open. And you're treating other women better than you treat your wife. And you don't think that there aren't going to be any towers that come from you? Some of you already are so far entangled in that effery that your wife has no idea, or she probably has an inkling, that you are deep in the swamp. That every part of the bag has holes in it. That you are leaking from the building. There are several leaks and mold and calcium stains, all kind of just soot. Because of you needed to date online. Because you don't care. Deception is your master. Manipulation is your master because you've got to have it, right? It still all goes back to you got to have it. And you are lame. You are the lamest when you don't give your wife the love and attention and desire that she needs and all of those things that she needs that she just would love for you to give her when you give it to another woman, and vice versa. All these massages and cologne and all these meals and this sweet tone and this entire essence of being a virtuous woman, and you gonna give it to your side chuck, your side, and you gonna sit around and you gonna treat this dude better, the predator, the one who don't give a dang about you or anything that you have, who has come to be your lesson, your chalkboard. You gonna treat him better than you treat your husband. What you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen to you, sis? Female, what do you think's gonna happen to you? Nothing is going to stay the same. You may get away with it for a while, but there is a day coming where it all falls apart, and it's because you decided that you were dying to date. A society that tells you that you aren't supposed to go get help, therapy. A society that tells you that men aren't supposed to cry. A society that conditions you at a young age how to be in your roles as a male and a female. All of the things that you're exposed to lead you to either where you're going to either be the prey or the predator, the hunter and the hunter, both. And you both take each other out. Dying to date on the Suspense Files. Online dating. The profile predator. We'll be right back after this commercial break. slingshot season. This is Sister Speak with a word of encouragement. Spiritual warfare is real, and it is slingshot season. That's right. You are prepared for this. It is time for you to defeat the bears, the lions, and the giants in your life. You are stronger than what you think, and when you are chosen, you are anointed. No longer can you operate in the spirit of fear, and no longer can your boundaries be attacked. Carnal weapons produce carnal results. Spiritual weapons produce spiritual results. Get your smooth stones and your slingshot ready, because being victorious and more than a conqueror is a part of your lineage. Because our cousin David was about that life. Your enemy's plans are deterred, decapitated, and destroyed. Be encouraged. When you're on the go, sometimes you have to wait. Allow the Speak Sister Speak mobile magazine to keep you company. For just $3.33, iOS and Android compatible, perfect for your smartphone or tablet. Each issue promotes articles of wisdom while keeping you in the know. You won't be disappointed. This magazine is a spinoff of the Sister Speak show. This magazine is where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Inside are people who create, inspire, impact, and evolve. For just $3.33, you can have every issue inside of your smartphone or tablet at your disposal. It's time to magazine and chill. Welcome back. You are listening to the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak show. I am your host, Sister Speak. The song playing in the background is Intimate Connections by musician Ryan J., a DFW musician. You can check him out on Instagram at Ryan J. I know you all are looking for intimate connections, and there's a way that you can connect intimately with the Most High God, and then everything else will have its perfect way. That's the only way it's going to go. You have to do the clearing, the cleansing. You have to do the things that you need to do in order to prepare yourself for your soulmate. Both men and women have to do the work. Brothers and sisters inside of the village, you have to do the work, okay? You have to do the work so the energy can resonate high. I don't want anybody to be the victim, and I don't want anybody to be a predator online. I don't want you to go into a dating site and recklessly involve yourself in entanglements and affairs and behaviors that will lead to your demise, whether it be spiritually or physically. I want you to be loved. I want you to be held. I want you to be kissed. I want you to experience a genuine intimacy that makes you feel good from head to toe. I want you to experience genuine orgasms. I want you to experience the climaxes that you're supposed to experience. I want you to have an intimate connection. I want you to know what loyalty feels like. I want you to know what trust feels like and looks like. I want you to know what a safe place looks like. I want you to receive gifts. I want you to give gifts. I want you to make meals that promote a healthy energy. I want you to go to places together that teach, and that you can also teach people what real love looks like. I want you to have real love, but you have to follow the prerequisites in order to get there. Regardless of what you have learned growing up, you have the ability, if you want to change, to unlearn everything that was taught to you that keeps you vibrating low. An intimate connection is what you deserve. An intimate connection feels great. It embraces the true essence of why we were created as sexual beings as well. But we can't use sex as a weapon. We can't use these weapons to tear down each other. That's not how we're supposed to operate in the village. That's not the code of conduct that we're supposed to have. So before you date online, before you date offline, do the work. do the clearing, healed from the childhood trauma, and wait, I say. Because otherwise, you will be next. There are people who will never change, that will continue to hunt, to prey upon, to deceive. Don't let that be you. Dying to date. Online dating. The profile predator. Until we speak again. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. We return to sender all negative energy, all demonic activity, all spell work, all voodoo, all hexes, all energy harvesting. We mirror that back to you. It boomerangs into your bosom. Any karmic energy sent this way will be returned to you and have an adverse effect into your bosom immediately. I am divinely protected, and so are my listeners. They are divinely protected. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Be encouraged.